So we were speaking about how some people justify their actions by saying that there is no organized text on remedial measures. That is incorrect. I spoke to you and showed you the demo of how all 9 planets can be activated in just a tree. You don't have to do prayers, elaborate rituals, but this one, I ask you a question. How would you feel if somebody hammered a nail in your head and let it be there? Would it feel nice? Would you feel good if somebody hammered a nail in your head and just forgot to take it out? So before you go into elaborate remedial measures, just have a look at this thing which might be happening with your ancestors in your house. Our ancestors are called as Pitrus. In the olden days, generally there used to be only 1 or 2 pictures in the entire house representing the ancestors. And that picture used to be on a solid wall. It never used to be on a hollow wall or plaster of whatever, Paris. And the wood that used to be there used to be solid wood native to that area. Now, if you see all these plants, they are living energy. So, thinking about the commonly used woods in olden times used to be teakwood, shisham, sangwan, aam, mango, safeda, bamboo, khejri. These used to be solid wood recommended by, experienced by ancestors. Number 1 point, today the wood used is generally plywood or MDF boards. That wood should not be on your ancestors' pictures. If you are blatantly copying the West or some movie and putting the pictures, that is not the Shastra's problem. That is not somebody else's problem. That is lack of research on your part. And if you justify, my intention was not bad, listen, God never asked you to do all these things. So, intention is one part. Now, the other part is when we come to the finer nuances or aspects of astrology. In general, the wood is represented by Mars, Mangal. But the carpentry part of the wood is represented by Jupiter. The forest, the entire forest is represented by the sun. But the trees are represented by Mercury in general, and the architecture by Saturn. So think about it, Mars and Saturn are enemies. Nails are made up of iron, wood is made up of Mars. So if you activate Mars and Saturn in your house together, what will happen? No peace of mind. Even if you are quiet in your own heart, there is violence inside you. आपके अंदर एक तूफान उठ रहा है और आपको समझ में नहीं आ रहा क्यों. And the still most worst part is if these nails get rust. इन पे अगर जंग लग गया तो आपकी किस्मत पे भी जंग लग गया. Now the issue over here is, at least one good point is that now you are aware. The other point is, it's not so easy as to just take this thing out and finish it. Because you yourself quote, everything is energy. So energy has to be directed properly. There is a method and a way to do it. Now, for all practical purposes, if you want to put a garland around your ancestors, I suggest that you want to put a garland around your ancestors. I suggest that take a solid wall, and then around the wall you put nails or hooks. If the better idea is you put plastic hooks here, and then it's perfectly fine. What is available is adequate. Since 1995, when my motivation was to set things right, and I have failed because this thing is happening in my own dwelling with my own people who have the so-called experience. Now, you look at this thread. It is called as Kalava, Molly, or Raksha Sutra. Most importantly, it is Raksha Sutra. What people don't know is when you wear this Kalava, it carries the power, the Shakti of that Devta or deity. And it is a very powerful protective tool. But in general, when this Kalava comes to you along with your hand, it is also coming with the entities who are serving that Devta or deity. And to protect you, generally what will happen is the Kalava will get faded. And this will roughly happen around the 15th or the 16th day because it has given you so much of protection. Worst still, if you get pieces of the Kalava, reshe bahar nikalne lag gaye, that means it has taken severe karma from you. It has protected you. So what should be done with the Kalava is, after 21 days, when nobody is looking, you just cut it after shower. Take it near the root of any tree or plant, any plant with wet soil, and bury it under the soil. And the next time when you go to the temple, you wear a new Kalava. Change your Kalava 21 days because you should not be walking with negative energy here. If you follow these simple things, you don't need any remedial measures, you don't need anything. You will live a good life, not based on internet information, but on correct information. The Sanatan Shastra is very, very powerful. And the wisdom of our sages is to help us. I hope you will leverage this information. God bless you. Jai Shri Ram.
अरे यारों का